Hey guys, it's Chelsea, and today I am going to be talking to you guys about basically my depression and where I am today. So I am starting a juice diet. I'm kind of cheating. My sister did this juice diet. She didn't finish it. She didn't like the way it made her feel. She just felt dizzy and she just couldn't do it. So she gave me the rest of the bottle. So I have about a good day and a half, and it's like a 3-day. A good day and a half left. So I've started the first one, and I know where she's coming from. This honestly tastes so bad. So I really don't want to do the full cleanse because, I've been trying to work out and stuff, and I don't want it to make me pass out while I'm working out or anything. So I am still kind of eating food, but also doing the juices as well. I know it's not necessarily going to cleanse me, but it's definitely going to be good to get some of these nutrients in my body. And I'm also eating good food. It's not like I'm eating junk food. So anyway, just thought I'd do that little update in case I decide to drink this and you guys wonder what it is. That's what it is. Okay, so I'll probably link my depression video somewhere around here. Not for any reason of Louie! I swear these dogs are going to drive me insane. Ever since I've been home, every time I try and make a video, they bark. It's so annoying. Anyway, so I will link it, not in any way of trying to get views or anything on it. I would just link it for those of you who have found this video and have not seen that one, just so you can understand the full situation, because I know that happens to me a lot. Like, I'll find a video that interests me and it turns out to be kind of like a sequel to another one, and I don't know the whole situation, so I'm trying to look for it. And so that's the only reason why. I'm not putting these videos out to try and make money off of ads or get views or anything. I'm putting these out because I want to put this out there, because it's something I'm going through, and it's something that a lot of other people are going through and are going to go through, and I just wanted to do an update on it. So I apologize for the length of this intro. There's just stuff I gotta say, and it's technically kind of a vlog. So I want to start off by saying that I am like 90% in a better place than I was when I made that video. When I made that video, I was in probably the darkest place I'd ever been. My view on life was just awful. I had no dreams. I had no aspirations. I had no reason to get up. I just felt like blah all the time. It was just awful. So I did state in that video that I was basically starting to take control. The thing with depression is, to some degree, it is hormones. That's what science would like to tell us all. It's just a hormone imbalance. That's the way you feel. And yes, that is a part of it. Science tells us that. But there's also another emotional aspect that you have to get over no matter what your hormones are saying. Because these thoughts in your head don't feel like neurons firing, and it doesn't feel like a hormone imbalance. It feels like these awful thoughts in your head that are just controlling your life and are just making you feel so numb and meaningless to the world. And that's just something that, although maybe science says it's that, to us, that's not what it is. It's not us being like, okay, let me get my hormones in check. It's like, let me get my thoughts in check. Let me stop thinking about this. Let me see someone and talk about this. That's what it is to us. Oh my God, this freaking matte quality. I'm so sorry. I had my nice camera out and ready to go, and it was out of battery, so it's charging, but I have time to make this video, so I need to. So basically, when I made that video, I was just in an awful place. I would never say I had major depression. It would just be some sort of mild depression, just regular depression. I was not in the terrible, terrible state that a lot of people find themselves in, unfortunately. I'm lucky to say that I wasn't, but I'm sure if I kept letting it go on, it would have ended up that way. So when I made that video, I said that I stopped taking my birth control, so I got the hormonal aspect under control. And that was honestly hell. This is something that girls are gonna, girls might want to know and hear, but not necessarily guys. The thing is with birth control, when you stop it, it just sends you into automatically bleeding. And I had my period, I guess you could say, when I wasn't supposed to, but it wasn't really my period. It was just my uterus bleeding. It was awful because it was just so heavy, and I was just, I was going through so much emotional stuff, and I had a little bit of a breakdown about it. I'm like, I should have just stayed on it, but I'm so glad I didn't. I took control. I took the hormones out of there. I felt okay. The thoughts tended to secede a little bit. They were still there, but they seceded, and I felt more in control. Now, whether this was something where actually the hormones were doing that to me, causing me to I feel that way, I took them away, and now I felt better, or whether it was me kind of mentally convincing myself it was the hormones, and when I took that away, I felt better, but it wasn't really the hormones. Whatever it was, it helped a lot. So I have to say that if any of you are suffering from depression, look at yourself and everything for what it is, and if you're on birth control or you're on some sort of medication, maybe look at that first just in case, because I know that definitely choosing to get off of birth control helped me tremendously. So I get off birth control. I feel more in control. What's next? Well, I have this sort of feeling that I need to go to church and not to be saved, not to be anything. I wasn't ready for all that. I'm still not ready, if ever. I just wanted to see. I wanted to see how I felt in a church. I wanted to see, is this something I could be a part of again? Is this God in the back of my mind telling me to go to church? What is this? But I knew I had to go to church. I will not lie. It was kind of my boyfriend's idea to go to church. But as soon as I had that idea in my head, I was like, you know what? I need to. This is there's something pulling me and driving me to go to church. So go to church. And it was very emotional. The pastor did actually touch on the topic. His sort of aspect was more on temptation. And, temptation drawing us away from our religion. You have this religion that you grow up in, and then you question it, and blah, blah, blah. And so I related in that aspect, but not necessarily in the temptation sort of way. I don't feel tempted towards anything, maybe tempted by the devil if you look at this in a religious context. But I'm not tempted away from going to church. I would want to believe it wholeheartedly. It's just something I wasn't, and I'm not ready for. So basically that happened. I went to church 3 times, and, here's the thing. And I want to say this because I'm not saying I don't want to lose any subscribers. If you don't feel comfortable with me posting these videos, and I will post these videos, not frequently, not every day, but I will talk about this topic. If you don't want to hear about this topic, I understand, and you can just unsubscribe because you don't want to see that in your newsfeed. You don't care, and that's fine. But, I just want to say that for those of you who enjoy, my different Dollar Tree haul videos, please do not judge me, because I know what it feels to judge someone because of their religion. I'm completely guilty. I remember in high school when the religion topic would come up, in my philosophy class and stuff, which was the most BS class ever, but we did talk about that. And, I remember when he would ask, listen, you don't have to raise your hand, but who's religious, who's atheist? The whole freaking class raised their hand for religious, and only one person raised his hand for atheist. And he was so judged. People talked a lot of crap about him, and everyone, he would say something oh, well, I just don't think this, and people would be like, blah, 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 and you can't deny Christ, and blah, blah, blah. And I come from a pretty religious area. It's not complete just churches, everything, but I have a lot of big churches around me, and it's pretty popular in this area for some reason. I'm not sure why. I think just because there's just so many, and anyway, so I just, I understand where you're coming from as far as judging me, but I'm going to be honest. I am no longer religious. I've come to the point in my life where, and I'm not saying this is permanent. All I'm saying is that for right now, I would consider myself more of an agnostic. I wouldn't consider myself full-on atheist. I would say agnostic, because the truth is I do not know, and that's basically what agnostic means. Is a person that just doesn't know. You don't claim religion. You don't claim religion. You don't claim atheism. You claim you don't know, and you're just going to live your life. And that's where I'm at right now. And before, I used to be really upset about having that feeling because, you know, church and religion gives you a lot. It gives you a sort of guidance to your life. It gives you, okay, you know, when things happen, bad things, it's all part of God's plan. You know, whereas when you don't have that to latch onto, life is shit because, man, you know, your aunt's getting cancer, all this bad stuff's happening around the world, and there's no God's plan, there's no nothing. This is just what the world is and what life is, and it's a shame, but that's just how I feel right now, because I have given the Lord and God, if there is one, I've given him so much of myself just to help me, to save me. I have prayed, I have gone to worship him, I have done so much, and I'm sure I could do more, but all I'm saying is that I've tried and it didn't help me. You know, I'll be honest, having the religion, the trying to believe again, it didn't help me. It didn't make me feel better. It didn't do anything. It didn't help me with my life after death situation. I felt the same, and that's when I knew that, hey, there may not be anything, and if there isn't, then I need to accept that, and I need to move on, and I have to understand that then that makes every day on this earth a very precious gift, and it shouldn't be messed with. And you know, it's quite uncomfortable because my mom is religious, and my dad's just kind of like religious because she is, but you know, he supports it. He wants to believe in it. He wants for all of us to be reunited one day, but he is at a point in his life where he understands that if that's not possible, there's nothing to do. There's nothing that can be done. So what are you going to do? And I've just come to a point where I'm okay. I'm okay with there not being life after death. I'm not excited about it. I'm not whatever. I'm okay with it because I know that, you know, no one on this earth, no matter how famous, no matter how poor, no matter whatever, can escape it. You know, I know that, you know, as humans, it's an inevitable fate that we face, and that it sucks, but it's the way it is. And, you know, at this point in my life, I've kind of reached a place where I believe in a sort of higher entity. I believe more in the realm of consciousness and spirituality, because that is really what's around us. I mean, you know, as humans, we have this consciousness and we have this sort of spirituality, and, you know, it just depends on how in tune with it you are, but you can feel something for nature and feel like you're a part of it. And whether that's just something from being, you know, animalistic past and whatnot, maybe that's what it is. But I'm just saying that I feel like there is some sort of higher being, and whether that affects our afterlife, I don't know. But I just want to make it clear that as I make these videos, whatever I end up making after this one, I am not here to try and change anyone's views. If you believe in religion and God and Christianity, whatever religion you're a part of, I support you. I'm happy for you. I'm glad you have that faith, because I can't, and I am to a degree sort of jealous of that, but I know I can't force myself into it. And I'm never going to deny that I may get back into it one day if there is a God, and he will help me into that. But if there's not, and I stay on this path, either by myself or with God's help, I'll be okay. And, you know, there's days that are better than others. What's great, honestly, is I've come to a place where the thoughts aren't in my head. I know that was a big issue for me, was in just daily life, I would think about death, and it wasn't okay, because it's okay to think about death when a family member dies or you watch something die. I said this in my other video. It's okay when that happens. Maybe once in a while you think about it. But it's not okay to think about it every day and like every second of the day. Like I was, you know, I would look at celebrities and I would think, wow, they're so famous. And we look at them as so immortal, but they're going to die. I would watch movies and I would just be like, all these people are going to die. This isn't like, you know, it'd be some sort of like fantasy film, and I'd be like, oh, this is like Peter Pan or something. I'd be like, they're just gonna die. Like, that none of this is real. They're just gonna die. Like, I couldn't even leave that at the door when I came to enjoy the movie. It was just so annoying. Like, and, you know, I'd get so emotional all the time, and I'd feel like, oh God, my nose. I feel like I'd have to talk to someone all the time because these thoughts are just racing in my head, and I'm happy to say that that's not the case anymore. I feel more in control of my thoughts. I have the thought occasionally, but recently, you know, when I think about it, the next thought is that it's okay and that, you know, death is forever. But what a peaceful forever that is, because you lived your life, you loved, you lived, you loved, you laughed, and then, you know, there it goes. And it's not a bad thing, because at least you got to experience it anyway. And I've just reached a sense of okayness, and that's what I wanted to just make this video about. Like I said, I don't want any judgment. I'm not here to change anyone's views. I respect everyone's views. If anything, you know, from this experience, I've gained a whole new respect for those who are atheists, for those who are religious, for those who are like me and are just stuck in the middle. I've gained a sense of respect for everyone, because I know how hard it is to be atheist. I know how hard it is to be religious and have to put faith in something so, not crazy, but something so, you know, out of this world kind of thing, you know, to put your faith in something that you can't see and it's not tangible. And it's hard to do that. And it's also hard to be someone that doesn't know, because you don't really have anything to latch onto. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy me making these videos. I hope they're not offensive or anything in any sort of way. That's not my goal. I apologize for the lighting and the crappy quality. It's just, this is easy, to be honest, and my other camera just wasn't charged. I pretty much said everything I need to say as far as where I am today. You know, I'm better, I'm happier, I'm living my life. I'm not 100% better. Like today, it's such a beautiful day and I just want to stay inside all day. But that's not depression. That's just me choosing to do what I want. You know, I don't want to go outside today. I'm not feeling up to it. But, you know, it'd be depression if I just could not go outside. Like, I could go outside, you know, but I'm not feeling it. But anyway, I'm just better. It's been such a blessing, and to be surrounded by my parents has really helped me, and I encourage anyone going through depression to really surround themselves with people that care and people that love them, because it's so nice to have that when you're going through those feelings. You know, when I moved back here, the first couple days and the first week was just, it was shit, to be honest. Like, you know, because those thoughts kind of heightened because I'm surrounded by people I love, and I don't get to spend an eternity with them if I stay in these feelings, or I do if I choose the church. And you know, having my boyfriend around and things, it heightened them, but then it made them better, because it made me know that I am loved, I am meaningful. These are just thoughts. This is not me. This is not who I am. Depression does not define me, and that I'm going to get better. And I know my mom was very adamant about me getting better. She said, no, you're getting better. It doesn't matter, because I'd be like, what if I don't get better? She's like, you're going to. I know you're going to. And, you know, she would talk about God and things and how God is going to, you know, help me and make me better, which, you know, if that's true, then amen. Like, thank you. But if this is something that I feel like has been done myself, which I do feel, then I'm very proud of myself, and I took control. I did what I had to. I went down different paths, you know, going to church, being full-on atheist, and now I'm at the path where I feel like I belong, at least right now in my life, and that's just, I don't know. And I'm okay with not knowing, because no one else knows. And yeah, so I'm going to end it here. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. You know, like I said, I'm not looking for any advice. You know, I've stopped seeing a counselor. I feel like I can handle this on my own. I appreciate when people want to give me advice. It's just, I don't need it right now. And, you know, I would rather you advise someone that needs it. You know, don't write me this long paragraph, because I don't need it. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. It's just, you know, I appreciate it. I don't need it. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this update, and I'll see you next time. Bye.